Hi everyone. Happy Sunday. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, or simply happy Sunday. I'm coming to you live from my vehicle, and something was on my mind this morning. I know all of us need some survival tips, mental and physical, during this time, but also we need to remember that life does not finish because of the quarantine, because of no airplanes. We all know that at some point life will start again. We will be able to move and travel and meet people again. And I would like to share a few thoughts with you about this. And very, very important habits to develop while you can. A lot of men can get easily discouraged because right now you cannot travel to Ukraine, you cannot meet in person. Sorry, guys, my hair, don't listen. You cannot meet in person for a while, you cannot travel for a while. So, for many people, sometimes when you do not see motivation, you just kind of let things go. And this is what we're going to discuss today, the importance of having a plan and not letting yourself go, and develop some very healthy habits that are great for you, but they're also going to be extremely helpful once we are free again. So let's talk about the importance of, first of all, my dear gentlemen, friends, is your hygiene daily. What do I mean by this? A lot of men, if they don't go to work, if they work from home, they wearing their PJs or some kind of loungewear. And I hate to say this, but a lot of men do not brush their teeth and do not brush their hair in the morning. Don't ask me, please, do not ask me how I know this. And by the way, that is also one of the number one conflicts when you meet a Ukrainian lady and you start living together or you travel together. This is the first shocker and the first conflicts and the first dissatisfaction that you're gonna get from her is when she very close with you. Maybe you live in one room and sleep in one bed, so something you always hope for. But one of the very extreme and strong repellents for a woman is that when you wake up in the morning and if you don't have to go to work, um, you just let yourself hang around in your underwear, you're lounging around the house, you don't brush your teeth and you don't brush your hair, you don't shave. A lot of people think, well, I'm nobody seeing me, but believe me that your partner sees you. And it's a huge shocker because you met this well put together guy, and here he feels like, okay, he got you now, or maybe that's just his habit. Why is that we put so much time when we go out to impress people that do not care about us in the first place? But when we are with people that matter the most, with our loved ones, with our family, when you are for the first time with your lady and you just think that, well, I'm just natural. So this week survival tip, or one of the surviving corona quarantine idea for me: make sure that every morning you have the same routine as you had when you were going to work. So every morning you wake up, if you were taking a shower when you go into work, you take a shower, you brush your teeth, you brush your hair, you put your deodorant, even your cologne, and you put some nice clothes. It doesn't have to be a suit, but it has to be kind of clothes that if the woman of your dream sees you, she is not scared more than if she saw coronavirus. You want to make sure that your outfit is uh, business-like and appropriate, because if you're working from home, you are not on vacation, you are working. I cannot stress this enough how important it is. This advice comes from the person that has been working from home office for many years now, and every single morning my routine is the same as if I would be working for a big corporation, because every single day I dress up, and all these beauty routines and things are present every single day. Only if I'm severely sick and something like that. But still, you try to do your best. It's very, very, very important when you don't go to work, because not having that routine puts you in a state of depression or feeling down, and you are sleepy, and you are not productive, and your whole day is a mess. So I want to share that with you, please. And also, this advice comes from the woman that is also, let's just say, had those experiences those experiences when it is very frustrating to see men you admire, men you love, men you desire, to see him in worn out clothes with holes and with yesterday breasts and crazy hair, and it's 2 p.m. And I can tell you, this is another stress on this. That is a habit, and it's extreme deal breaker. Okay, I need a filter. I want to put a filter. Yeah, look at me. Just for fun. It's kind of very cloudy today. But anyway, so that is an extreme deal breaker. And it's very hard to get the desire back. When you want a man, when you desire him, when you have, great relationships, but he is extremely casual with you, it just kills that desire. You just trust me on this one. Even if you have a Skype date, let's say you're talking with a lady and you have a Skype date or video date. Let's see. I'm gonna be playing around here. I'm gonna keep this one. So even if you have Skype date, video date, whatever opportunities the internet gives us, make sure that you don't come with dirty hair and wrinkled t-shirts, please. I made this video some time ago, but not sure if you saw that. Americans are especially bad with that. I have to tell you the truth, that Americans are especially bad with being presentable. I hate to say this, but if I will just sugarcoat everything and try to please everybody, I don't think I would bring value. From my experience, Italian guys are usually, dressed and put together, and some other European people. I mean, I guess it depends on the family, of the background. But please, if you are the kind of guys that you have been working outside, now you work inside, be presentable. You never know when the woman of your dreams will call you on Skype and say, hey, or maybe some other technology. So be presentable every single day. It also helps to create that routine, to have something that you can control stable, because right now all of us feel that there are a lot of things that are no longer in our control. So it helps that stability, that you have control over your appearance, over how you feel. It's like two different people, the ones that took a shower and put new fresh clothes, and the person that's have not done that. It's two different people. Okay, we all know that it changes how you feel about yourself. It will affect your productivity, which leads me to the next point, is that have a plan for the day, because when you work at home, sometimes your work mixes up with your leisure or with your home chores, and that is a big one too. Once again, person, coming from somebody who has been working, I have a home office, so it's important to divide those parts of the day when you're working, when you are not you're not doing the dishes or laundry. You have your work, you have your phone calls, you have your paper, your table is organized. It can impact your creativity greatly if you have order on your table. I personally, when I work, it's a big disaster, so once I'm done, I always try to put everything back together. So that's just how it is. But if you have too many things on your table, what happens is your attention get diverted, and every single item on your table takes a little piece of your energy, so you cannot focus and get things done. So keep it nice, and maybe you are the person that works at home, so in the future you're going to be working at home, and you can use this time um, to develop those nice habits, because as we talk, this topic of today's video, developing healthy habits before you meet her. It's very, very difficult to stand on your toes when you meet somebody, and you did not develop this, you procrastinated on self-development, and now you're with her and you're trying to be organized when you are not. You're trying to look good when 364 days out of the year you don't. So it will be exhausting to show the better version of yourself unless you have been actually working on that. That is what I'm trying to tell you. It's going to be very difficult to impress her with your habits if you did not spend enough of time to develop it. You're going to be stressed, you're going to be worried that she will judge you, she will see the mess, she'll see all of your clutter and all of that. So having a good routine with taking care of yourself and getting dressed, getting organized, almost as if your office moved to your home. And almost, how sometimes it helps me to keep myself together, and don't be lazy, or do not break these rules, because sometimes you don't feel like it. I sometimes imagine that there is a camera that records me, so that immediately puts me into perspective. For example, when I do something at home, or while I'm working, and I do work with camera a lot. I know I record the videos, but still, not everything I would like to be seen on the camera. And so when you have these moments when you feel sloppy, when you feel lazy, imagine that either there is a camera that records you, or imagine that the woman of your dreams just checking you out, learning about you. So have your schedule, don't do laundry in the middle of your business calls. Separate them. Multitasking is very stressful and the quality suffers a lot. So, and number 3, only 3 points today. So number 3 points is make sure that you move. A lot of people talk about, washing hands, people talking about, wearing masks, but I don't think enough of people emphasize how important right now is to get fresh air with any opportunity, going outside and taking walks at least 3 times a day, at least 30 minutes each. The more the better. If you can't go out 3 times a day, go at least 1 time a day, and then take breaks in between your work. Move, stretch. There are so many videos with working out routines at home. It doesn't have to be something complex, but please move, because movement and fresh air, it's incredible booster for the mood, an incredible immunity booster, and emotional booster, which is, emotional health impacts immunity so much, because when you are down, when you are depressed, you are more likely to get something or even create something. A lot of health problems are happening often because of the poor emotional health and poor mental health. Not gonna go into depths of this, but make sure that on your list during the day you do have uh, walks planned, exercise planned. I don't know, jump, music breaks, whatever, whatever floats your boat. But you have to be moving. Most Americans are unfortunately, not most, but many Americans are obese and overweight and depressed, and I don't know why doctors do not talk about it. For one simple reason, they do not move. I wanted to record this video as I'm walking, but very often the internet, when I walk, it breaks. It's breaking up and half of my words are missing. So I am actually about to go to the store, get a few items, and take a very, very long walk and little maybe jog and walk. So once again, I do not understand why American doctors do not prescribe mandatory fresh air walking and moving and, stretching, whatever you can do with your condition, whatever health condition you are. But it's critical to be active, because when people tell you to be at home, you can just literally listen to them and literally sit at home, but do not sit at home. As I said, if you open your windows, switch off your heating or your conditioner, open in windows for fresh air, put some music on, and make sure you take those breaks, you get the blood flowing, you get outside as well, because a lot more people can get many health problems that are going to be worse than coronavirus. If you just sit there, your mental health, your physical health will go downhill. And you hear this from the person that do not take any medication, any prescription medications. My doctor had not seen me for like 8 years. So then I realized that, maybe I should just check just in case. So I did that about a month ago, and thank God all is well. And it's funny because my doctor, she's an Indian lady. She has been living in US for a long time. She's incredible. So she is so lively. She is not just a regular what can I prescribe you today. She is very, very lively and fun person, and I was so happy that she took me back, because her practice is full. And I said, I'm so sorry, in Ukraine we don't go to doctor unless you have something. So it's been 8 years. I just didn't need to, didn't have any need. And I told her things that I've been doing, and we were laughing, and she mentioned how she wished I'd be working at her practice. So we laughed about that. But also she said that her grandfather was 90 years old and never took a pill. And we talked about, mental and emotion, how mental and emotional health impacts physical health. And it was so inspiring. It was so fantastic to hear this from actual medical doctors, that not trying to put you on a bunch of medication, but see a lot of resources and see a lot of things we have inside of us, but we're lazy to execute. So don't be lazy. Plan getting out, dance at home, stretch at home. I don't know, do something every single day. It's extremely important right now. Make sure you're dressed, you look professional. So if I, call you on Skype, you looking all good. Or if it's a woman of your dreams, ask you on a virtual date, you don't have crazy hair and wrinkle t-shirt from that you got on Google 10 years ago. And of course, that you have your morning routine. It's non-negotiable. It's a shower, it's shave, it's all these things, as if your office was at your home. Don't let yourself go. These are very important tips, because Ukrainian women are, and those of you who are in a relationship with Ukrainian women, please comment, because Ukrainian women are absolutely disgusted by poor hygiene, by sloppy style of clothing, and of sloppy behavior in general. if you want to, you can use this time to develop these habits. So, when time is right, you are ready. Because men, especially, I'm putting a big exclamation point. Men, especially, are first to give the daily habits and hygiene and everything to let it go first. As I said, don't ask me how I know, because don't get me on fire. And it's something that is non-reversible. Once your woman loses desire for you, once she sees you in this wrinkle crap that you're wearing, that you should throw away, you should have thrown away that for, or use it for rags 5 years ago, but you're still wearing it because it's your favorite shirt. Once she loses sexual desire for you, it's very hard to get it back. So that's why women are so attracted to men in uniforms, to men who wear nice suits, because it just gets this put together image that shows, it's showing the strengths, the put together, like, I got this. It's very, very, very attractive. So with that being said, I hope I made you smile a little bit and you're planning your week. Let's have a great second week of quarantine. Do our best, and really want to hear your comments and what you think about this. Thank you.